Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the session. So, in a previous lecture, we have started with the graph representation, right? So, today's session, we are going to start with the traversing of a graph. Okay, how you can traverse a graph. So, can anyone tell me what do you understand by traversing? Because this part you have already studied in a data structure subject. So, can you tell me what is a traversing method? Anyone? What do you understand by traversing a node or graph? I want answers from everyone. Those who know, please write down your answer in the chat box. What is a traversing? Anyone? Because whenever we are solving an example of a graph, we are using this word, right? Traversal. So, what do you exactly understand by the word traversal or traversing? Anjali, Vani, Tarun, can you tell me? Anyone? Just respond me. Yes or no. If you know, then write down yes, otherwise write down no. Do you have any idea? Okay. What about others? Okay, fine, Kabir, it's fine. Madhavan, Kushal, Yashvi, Anjali, Tarun, Rahul, Chirag. Okay, fine. I guess that if you are not responding, that means you don't know. Correct, Anjali. Correct, Rahul. We traversing means simply we are visiting that node, right? We are simply visiting that node. It's generally known as a traversal. Fine. So let me write down the definition here. Traversing means visiting each and every node in a graph. Fine. Now, whenever we are doing this, exactly two operations we are performing. So which two operations we are performing? First one, we will visit this node. Okay, whenever we are visiting a graph or whenever we are having a graph, first we will visit that node. And second thing, we will explore that vertex or explore that node. These two things we are doing. One is visiting a node. Second thing is exploration of that node. Fine. So to do the traversal, we are having two techniques or two methods. And I'm sure that you have already learned this method. First one is a depth first search. Second one is a breadth first search. Fine. Okay, so in today's session, we are going to start with the depth first search algorithm. Okay, so have you studied this depth first search and breadth first search? Simply we can known as a DFS and BFS. Have you studied this algorithm? In data structure, have you studied this algorithm, everyone? Right, right. So it might be possible that the method you have used in our data structure may be a different one than I'm teaching you. I'm not sure. Okay. So you just focus on this, how we are solving the example. first we will start with the depth first search because that is a bit tricky for all to understand how to backtrack. That's why. Okay. So let us start with this depth first search algorithm. See, first of all, we have to understand what is the idea of this method. Okay, so we have to move from root to leaf node. That is called as a depth, right? So we have to move forward in a depth, and when you reach to the last node, right, from that node there is no point we can go ahead, or we can say that if you reach to a dead end, from that we cannot move forward, then what you will do, you will go backward, or you will go to the parent node, and then you will try to explore other nodes, right? So here we have to consider the backtracking. Whenever you reach to the dead end, you have to backtrack to the previous node and you can visit the remaining nodes. Fine. So here I will write down go forward in depth if there is no adjacent node. It means if you reach to the dead end, if there is no adjacent node, then you have to do what? You have to backtrack. Backtrack to previous node. Fine. Okay. So what is the problem here? Now you just see graph is having a cycle, right? If we are having a graph is a clause and we are having a cycle. So what is the problem here? Problem is that the nodes can be visited multiple times or infinity time. Okay. The problem is what we are having a cycle in a graph, and because of that cycle, the nodes may be visited infinite time. So how to solve this problem? Because every problem we have to find the solution, right? So how you will give the solution? We have to use a Boolean array to keep track of visited node, because each node we have to execute, or each node we have to visit it only one time. Fine. So we will keep a track of a flag or Boolean array in which we will store initially all the nodes are unvisited. So we'll update with the 0, 0. Whenever you visit a node, you will mark it as a 1. Right? So let me write down the problem. We have a cycle in a graph. Nodes may be visited infinite time. Fine. So what will be the solution? Solution is we have to use a Boolean array. To keep track of visiting nodes. Okay, and to implement this DFS, we will use a stack data structure. This is an important part. They will sometimes they ask you in the MCQ or 1 marks question like which data structure is used by the DFS. So stack data structure is used to implement a DFS. Fine. Okay. Now let me take one example. Let me draw the graph. And then I'll explain how exactly this approach is going to work. This is the graph we are having. Okay. So initially what we are having, initially we are having an empty stack. We are having a stack which is empty, and we have to print the output. Okay. So whenever we are visiting a node, we have to push it onto the stack, we have to print it, and then we have to find out the neighbors of the node. Fine. So let us start with the step 1. Okay, so you can see in a DFS or BFS, there are multiple answers are possible and all are correct as long as you are using the same approach. Fine. So you can start with any nodes which you want. Okay, there is no fixed rule that you have to start with the A. You can start with B also, D also, F also. You can use any other node. Fine. But for the simplification, simply let us start with the node A. Okay, I want to visit node A. So what you will do, you will write visit A, push onto the stack, print it. Okay, so here I will draw the graph A, right? In a stack, we have to push A, and in output, you will write A. Okay, next thing you will find is neighbors of A. Who are the neighbors of A? Tell me. Who are the neighbors of A? From this graph, everyone. Who is the neighbor of A? Adjacent node of A. B and C, right? Correct. Now we just see. We are having two choices. We have visited A. Now we are having two choices, B and C. Now, as per the algorithm depth first search, you can visit any of the node, either B or C. You cannot visit both. Okay. So you have to pick one node. So let us go to the step 2. I'll visit B. Okay, so in a step 2, I will do the same procedure. Visit B, push onto stack, print it. Okay, so here A is visited, B is visited. On a stack also, we will push B. Output, you will write A, then B, you will print. Now again, you have to find out the neighbors of B. Who are the adjacent node of B? Tell me. B के adjacent में कौन कौन से नोड है? Adjacent node of B. D, E, and A. A is also there. Since we have visited it, we will not consider it, but we have to write A, D, and E. Now we just see A is already printed or A is already in the stack. So we know that there is no need to write down A again, no need to visit A again. But when you do the program, at that time I'll explain how you can do the program for this. But in the example, we are not maintaining any Boolean array. Generally, simply we understand that we have already included it, right? But at the time of programming, we will do all the things. So now we are having two choices. Either we can visit D or we can visit E. So let us visit D first. So in a step 3, you will do the same procedure. Visit D, push onto the stack, and print it. Okay. A, B, and D. Fine. So I will push onto the stack. We will print output A, B, and D. Find the neighbors of D. Who are the neighbors of D? B, E, and F. Since B is already visited, visit either E or F. You can visit any of the node. So let us visit E first, and then we will visit rest of the other nodes. Step 4, visit E, push onto the stack, and print it. Okay. Here it is D. Here it is E. We will push onto the stack. Okay, output also we will print it. Now, again you have to find out what neighbors of E. Now let us go up and check neighbors of E. C, B, D, F, right? All four neighbors. Now since B and D is already visited, known to visit it, so we are having either two choices. One is a C, one is a F. So we will use F. You can take any of the choices, okay? That's fine. Step 5, visit F, push onto stack and print it. Okay. Okay, I have pushed onto the stack. In output also we will print A, B, D, E, F. Now let us find out the neighbors of F. Let us find out neighbors of F, D, E. These two are the neighbors. Now you already know that this we have already printed. D and E is already printed, right? So there is no node remaining from F. Now you just see you reach to the dead end. You have not visited all the nodes. We are having total 6 nodes A, B, D, A, B, C, D, E, F, and C is still remaining. We haven't visited that C node, right? But we reached to the dead end. Okay, we reach to the dead end. We cannot go directly C. So what you have to do, you have to backtrack. You have to backtrack to the parent node. But how you will do it? But first, let me ask. Let me ask you. Till here, everyone is clear or not? Everyone is clear till here. Okay, fine. So now we reach to the dead end. We want to visit a C, but how? So for that reason, what you will do, you will pop F. Parent node is E. E का child E का adjacent node क्या है? C, F, B, D, right? We can visit C. There is a path from E to C. So what you will do? Just a second. Okay, so we are having the way from E to C, right? So what you will do, you want to backtrack from F to E. So what you will do, you will pop F. Okay, so step number 6 is what? Pop F. So we will pop this from the stack. So now you just see here A, B, D, and E. Output we have already printed, right? So we cannot change that, but from the stack we will pop it. And again, now you just see, now the current node is what? E. Again, you have to find out the neighbors of E. Neighbors of E are C, B, D, E, sorry, F, right? So now you can visit C. Okay, so now on a step number 7. what you will do, visit a C, push on to stack, print it. Fine. Okay, so what I will do here, I will draw the graph. Okay, C is included here. On a stack also we have to include. We have to print the output. Right? This is your final output. In this order, you have visited a nodes A, B, D, E, F, C. Now we have visited all the nodes. So again, we will check if any nodes are remaining or not. So neighbors of C. Who are the neighbors of C? In the figure, we have to check. Neighbors of C are A and E. Two neighbors are there. Now we just see A and E. There is a age. We have to make a complete graph. Fine. A is previously visited. So how we will denote, because there is a age. So how we will denote it? You will use this dotted line to denote this. This is called as a back age. Okay. Once you visit all the node, right? What you will do? You will again check for the remaining nodes. If any nodes are remaining, then you will check. Now we have not visited A, or sorry, we have visited A previously. So there is a connection, and because of that connection, we will represent it via dotted line. So this is called as a back edge. If the node is previously visited, then we have to represent it via back edge. Now this node is visited. So what you will do, step for C, there is no remaining node. So what you will do, pop C. Okay, from the stack also I will pop it. Okay. So output will be the same only. Okay, in output there will be no change. Now the current node is what? C. Sorry, E. Neighbors of E. B, C, F and D. Fine. Now you just see B and E is also connected, but B is previously visited. So what you will do is you will use it via back edge. You will represent it via back edge. So here B and E also will be connected, but via back edge, because B is already we have visited. There is no pending node. Fine. Then step number 9. Now it's now we have no remaining nodes are unvisited. So we will pop E. So once you pop E from the stack, here we will have A, B, D. Output will be what? Plus. Now current node is what? D. Top of the stack is D. Find out the neighbors of D. E, B, F, right? Now E, B, F is already visited, but there is a no connection. So here I will do what? I will add a back edge from D to F. Now you just see this graph is completed. Fine. So now all the neighbors are visited. So simply you have to pop D from the stack. So A and B. B is popped. Output we have already printed. Now neighbors of B. Who are the neighbors of B? D is A, D and E. Now you just see all the nodes are visited. No need to visit it. So simply you will pop B. On a step 11, you have to pop B. This procedure we are doing to check whether the any nodes are remaining or not. Neighbors of A, that is B and C. It is already visited. So simply on a step 12, you will do pop A. Fine. So if you pop A, then this will be your empty stack. Once your stack is empty, you have to stop the execution of an algorithm. You got your answer like A, B, D, E, F, and C. This is your final answer. In this order, you have visited the node. This is your DFS answer. Fine. And this one is your tree. This one is your graph. Okay, so this is how you have to pop, and algorithm will stop execution once the stack is empty. Fine, and this is your ordered. See, this answer might be different if you have started from different nodes. You have made a different choices. All the answers are correct as long as you are following the approach. Fine. One by one, one by one, we are taking the nodes. We are not taking all the nodes at a time. We are taking one by one nodes. Fine. So this is how you can use a DFS algorithm. So till here, everyone is clear, or is there any doubt?
मैम स्टेप 8 थी નથી સમજાતું.
Sorry,
સ્ટેપ 8
step 8. Okay, here. Okay, tell me, what is your doubt?
why we pop C.
See, we have to check the remaining, we have to check for all the nodes, like whether any nodes are pending or not. अगर कोई नोड हमने बाय चांस गलती से मिस कर दिया है विजिट करने के लिए, तो अब हम क्या चेक कर रहे हैं? बैक ट्रैक कर रहे हैं सब चीज में. यहाँ पे मेन कंसेप्ट क्या है? बैक ट्रैकिंग. हम यहाँ पे चेक करेंगे कि सी का नेबर से सब विजिट हो गए हैं. अगर यस, देन व्हाट यू विल डू, यू विल पॉप द सी फ्रॉम द स्टैक. Then you will go to the parent node, that is E. Again you will check E के कोई neighbors और E के कोई visitor adjacent node pending है या नहीं. अगर नहीं है तो E को pop करेंगे. Then you will check for D, B and A. Once you check for all the nodes, your stack is empty. Then you can say that your algorithm is stop executing, right? And this is your answer. Your algorithm will only stop when your stack is empty. Because see, this graph is having the closing clause. This graph is having a cycle, right? So if you have not any specific condition to stop your execution of an algorithm, then this loop is going to repeat for infinite time. So we have to find out how we can stop the execution, right? So for that reason, we have to pop all the elements from the stack, and once your stack is empty, you have to stop the execution of an algorithm. Fine. Is it clear now?
yes ma'am clear.
Okay, good. Very good. That is a good question, Janvi. So I guess this example is clear to everyone. Okay. So whenever you are doing the algorithm, there are some rules you have to follow. Okay, I will write down rules and algorithm for this, and I'll explain this back edge and tree edge. What is a tree edge? What is a back edge? I'll explain this definition and everything. But before that, let me write down rules and algorithm for it. Okay, everyone please note it down in your book also, and then I'll explain. Once I write, I'll explain everything. Fine. So I will write down all the rules here. Okay, so let me explain the rules first. So, how we will start? First, we will select an unvisited node. Okay, let us start with A. We have to visit it and we will consider it as a current node. So, let me write it down here. Let's say we have visited and this is your current node. Find the unvisited neighbors of node of the current node. A के neighbors node क्या है? We are having two choices, B and C, right? You can visit any of the node. So I will visit B and now I will make this B as a current node. Fine. And now if the current node has no unvisited neighbors, in the case of F, if whenever the F is your current node, we don't have any remaining unvisited neighbors. So what you have done is we have backtracked. So for that reason, you have to pop F and then you will go to the previous node, that is E. Current node you will backtrack and make it as a current node. So now E will be your current node and then you will again find the neighbors which C is remaining. So now you will visit it, you will make it as a current node. Right? So you have to repeat the same step until no more nodes can be visited. Repeat from step number 1 for the remaining nodes. Okay, based on this, there is an algorithm, DFS algorithm. You will pass the node, you will maintain a Boolean array for all the nodes. Initially, it will be 0. Now, once you visit it, you will mark it as a 1. And now, after that, you will find out the adjacent node of the V, that is X. Now, you will take that X node, you will visit it. So, for that, you will check if this X is visited or not. If it is a 0, that means it is not visited. Then you will call the DFS on that node. So, same procedure will be repeated. Fine. And the time complexity will be what? Order of n plus e. Number of nodes plus edges. Right. Now we talk about tree edge and back edge. So this is called as a back edge. The dotted line is known as a back edge, and this solid line is called as a tree edge. Now initially both the nodes are unvisited, right? We have started with A. A is there. A के दो neighbors है B and C. Now we have visited. दोनों अनविजिटेड है बी और सी दोनों अनविजिटेड है तो मैं क्या करूंगी मेरे को बी को विजिट करना है तो अभी उसके ए और बी में कोई कनेक्शन नहीं है बी अनविजिटेड है तब आप क्या करेंगे बी को विजिट करेंगे और ए से बी में आप connection देंगे or we can say that we will provide a edge. So this solid edge is represent as a tree edge. If the node is unvisited, then you how to use a tree edge. But whenever there is a node which is previously visited but there is no connection, if you want to provide a connection, then you have to use a back edge. In the case of A and C, A we have already visited in the starting only, right? But there is no connection between A and C. So what we will do, we will represent it as a back edge. Fine. So this is the definition of tree edge and back edge. Now this is the example, practice example all of you have to do. Fine. Note down this example and you can start with any node. All the answers are correct if you are following the algorithm. Okay, so everyone quickly do this. Note down this figure and try to complete it. Fine. In our next session, we will solve the answer. So try to solve it within this 10 minute of time. You are having a 10-minute time to solve it. Okay. And you have to write down each and every steps. Yes, Kabir, tell me, what is your doubt? Kabir? Okay. Okay, fine. So try to complete this example at your home. In the next session, I'll ask for the answers. Okay. So let me wind up the session here. Today we have completed a DFS algorithm, right? We have done the algorithm plus example, and I have given you one homework. In our next session, we will solve this example as well as we will start with the BFS. Fine. So thank you everyone. I hope you enjoyed the session.